Hello, everybody, to the Tuesday broadcast of CSL. I'm joined here by Laz. Laz, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good as well. Yeah, we should have a pretty good match here as it's going to be Montreal versus Ohio State University. What are your thoughts on this match, Laz?
Yeah, I think it should be a good match. I'm actually pretty excited to see a Canadian team play. Like, I always get a little fired up when I see Western or even Eastern Canada play. So it should be a good match. I think these are both decent teams. So I don't know too much about the roster, unfortunately, but I do know they did quite well in the season. So
Yeah, Ohio State University, most of their players, I believe almost all five, have actually played on a main team for the last 2 seasons. But the results are not anything to write home about, as they were 6-10. But either way, they're still playing in Maine, so I think that's a pretty good sign just in general for the collegiate scene. On the side of Montreal, the three players, Epsilon, Sage, and HHQZ, still remaining from that 2015-2016 roster that made it all the way to top two. So bit of history from both these teams, as yeah, they've been around for a while.
well, that's exciting. It's always awesome to see teams playing together for such a long period of time too, and I really like that. I think that's something that's not well known, especially in the community. So hats off to those guys.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Laz, what maps do we have here?
So the map rotation is actually going to be the first map will be train, and then moving into cache, and then if we make it to third map, it'll be inferno.
Ooh, that's not bad of a map pool. Fairly typical though, Cache and Inferno, but Train, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say train is definitely an interesting pick. I think last week we were talking about train. It's one of those maps where I feel like you have to be quite coordinated as a team to make a pretty big impact on that map. Because I feel like if two pugs or teams that play against each other that don't know much about train, it's pretty
It's rough.
long.
So
And
rough. Yeah.
they're pretty long games and they're pretty rough. So it'll be interesting to see who came a little bit prepared and did their homework. So I'm actually looking forward to train. It should be good.
Yeah, that's definitely true. We did see Train. It was GMU versus what was that other team? Forget. But we did see a Train where it was like GMU versus some other team. I can't believe it's slipping my mind right now. But
Yeah, no, I'm thinking about it too because GMU beat them on the first map of
Yeah.
Mirage, and then this got completely stomped on the next map. Their next two maps, essentially.
yeah. Okay. Anyways, so it looks like we will be heading into the game now. It looks like they're just gonna be starting the knife round. It's gonna be switching right over. As
How you
overall,
feeling?
yeah, I was about to ask you. It's like, obviously this knife round is really important here, but who do you think is actually gonna take this map?
I think it's hard to say. Like I think if I did my homework right, I'm pretty sure Ohio State was a pretty good team and they did quite well. So I mean, I want UDEM to win. So I'm gonna say Canadian Pride to win, but I think Ohio's gonna be an opponent for them. So
Yeah, I predicted that. I actually wrote an article about this, but I actually predicted that Ohio State is probably gonna win this series as well. And I think they do also have the upper hand on this map also, just because they've been playing more actively than Montreal, in my opinion, at least from what I see. And overall, if you play more, especially on a map like Train, it's definitely a lot easier to deal with.
absolutely. And I think, in your opinion too, I think the obvious pick in when you're winning a knife round is going CT. I think CT is still quite overpowered on this map, but at the same time, T side can be beneficial, but it's again about your team coordination and actually having a bit of setups, right? So that makes the biggest difference when you're going into this map. So whereas on CT side, it is a little bit easier to have default setups and just the proper angles. So
Yeah, that's definitely true. As if you are prepared on the terrace side, it can actually be quite easy to just run over the other team, especially when they get stuck in that cycle of buying and then saving, buying and then saving. You can just play with their economy so much if you get to that point. But we are going to be going live here as the very first pistol round. Montreal going to be on the terrace side, and Ohio State going to be on the CT side, and Ohio State no kits here.
yeah, no kits. That's actually really dangerous. So I'm actually a little worried for these guys, but they are feeling pretty hot. So I don't think they're worried about getting planted. So you You can already see, yeah, they're already pushing down into the lower. Epsilon is going to be getting that first pick with the Glock. It does look like inside sight is going to be taken. Bomb is about to get planted. Oh. And now the CTs are getting... Oh, and then Shooter takes him out as well. Takes out a double.
Yeah, he's actually made it quite favorable for Ohio State now at this point, as he's taken down 2 players. He's going to find Sobel as well. It's all down to Epsilon. Left 1v2, and actually finds 2 kills here, as it's just going to be down to G4C Shooter versus Epsilon here. 1v1 situation.
This is a really good situation for him too. Like, he does have quite a bit of map control. The bomb isn't planted for him, but he is in a good spot where he does know the CT is going to push up, and he's going to get the upper ground. Does pull off, and then gets taken out, punished by Shooter as he falls down the oil train. Fantastic duel, and you could already see that Shooter was already the big impact player on the CT side, and then Epsilon was the big impact player on T side. So that's actually really crazy to see both those players, the way that ended.
Yeah, G4C getting that bomb, killing that bomb planet and just disrupting things so badly. Finishing off with a 4K as well. Big round from him. As Montreal here, it looks like they're just going to be on an eco, as they're not going to be doing any second round buys of any sort.
Yeah, and in my opinion, like, when you're doing these kind of rounds, like on for UDEM, like, I think the best thing is just to group up and take something as a unit. I think that eco rounds, you know, in some maps you can get away with a lurker and everything like that, but you can see that the T's are kind of grouped up in the brown hall right now, and they just have a few P250, sorry, and a couple Glocks. And I think they are going to do the best strat here is grouping up and potentially either hitting that lower site or trying to overwhelm the ladder player right now.
Yeah, they're just waiting things out right now. Wheat doesn't want to go up that ladder as there could be multiple people. Sobel is actually going to come out T middle here, and he might be able to find something, but with only just a Glock, he gets taken down. And at this point, Minecraft Lover, he's going to be under a lot of pressure here, as all 4 of the terrorists are barreling down on him, and looks like the terrorists are going to get the bomb plant as well.
Just an excellent retake here from Ohio, and now it's all down to Dust. Is he able to get? He's gonna take 1, but then gets returned right from wet there, and that was a really good retake from the CT side. And I mean, unfortunately, the bomb was down, but I mean, in that kind of situation, I'd rather they plant and then just kind of do a full team retake. So.
Yeah, we actually got off the bomb a little bit earlier there, but yeah, as you normally say, almost every cast, getting the bomb down is always very crucial, and this is not that bad of a save round for UDM. They actually got 2 kills in addition.
Yeah, it's you know, we always gotta repeat ourselves, but in case there is any new viewers and everything, like, when you're on an eco round, if you can get more than 2 kills, like, you're already in a really good spot because you are using the economy of the opposing team. So you can already see that there was a few people from Ohio that did have to fully rebuy, and now it does look like we are going into our first official gun round with quite a few AKs ops on the board. So this should be an exciting round, and UDEM does need to make something happen, otherwise they are going to be falling into a double save round.
Yeah, Epsilon has this up. He's actually brought it towards the Ivy area. Sobel is going to be jumping across, presumably, as Epsilon actually mistimed that peek a little bit, but either way, Crisis is actually going to get taken down through the smoke by Epsilon. Big shot from him, and that's the entry that Montreal needs here.
That's a fantastic boost, too. Like, you can see Epsilon was just on the corner of the wall there, just took him out. But, oh, Sage is just landing an amazing 1-click on the upper in the B bomb. It does look like UDEM is getting their way towards the inner now with the bomb, and they're just going to be grouping up and doing an execute here. Ohio's playing a 1-2, sorry, with only 3 players left. Lot running on Minecraft right now, and he has to be able to get at least 2 members to slow down this push from UDEM.
Yeah, with this 5v3 advantage here in Montreal, they just need to group up and hit a site together, and they are going to be picking on the B site here with almost all 5 players going to be grouped up here. Epsilon's a little bit late, but he's going to be on the ladder, watching the ladder flank. And here comes the rotate. Wheat is going to be coming in from Z. Minecraft Lover, he needs to hold off 3 terrorists. He's going to almost find the first one. Not going to find anything, though. As Wheat going to be missing a shot from the back lane area. And he looks like he's going to be falling back here. Takes a couple shots back towards B site, but looks like he's going to fall back. So this is just going to be a save from Ohio State.
Yeah, and I think this is a really good call from Ohio, because when you're already down like a 2v5 situation like that and the bomb is down inside on the B bomb site, the retake can be quite difficult, especially when you're down in so many. And you do have an AWP, and really there should be enough money for these guys to potentially do like a pretty light buy. But you can already see that Dust is already pushing, going to get taken out by Noah. And then now the CT members are just going to be sitting in the alleyway, just waiting for any kind of pushes. Sobel, it looks like he is creeping his way into alley, and it looks like these guys are about to get pinched here. So, an interesting test for Ohio on the save.
Yeah, Montreal, they really want to pressure this. Weed's able to get those 2 op shots there, and he should just concede here at this point and just save this op. As I'm a little bit surprised that Montreal was that aggressive on hunting the kills when their money hasn't really stabilized yet. They're gonna have to rebuy those weapons that they lost there, and this is gonna make this next round a pretty important round for both teams.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, because when you're in that kind of a situation and you're hunting, like, you need to make sure that you have enough money in the bank too in case you do get eliminated, right, or you get fragged out. So I wasn't too confident what they were doing, especially that they were trying to hunt in such a tight angle, but they just played it 1 by 1 and then just got picked apart. So really just a little uncoordinated on their end, but nonetheless they did get the round, so things are looking a little bit more close to the even score as we're going to our 4th round with 2-1 for Ohio.
Yeah, an Ivy push from Ohio State there. They're actually gonna get some control. Sobel, he was just spotting it from afar, and it kind of looks like that Montreal might be doing some sort of exec, seeing as how there's still 2 players outside T middle here, one on top of the dumpster, one watching towards Ivy. Looks like Epsilon here and Sage are gonna be working the upper B area, as Ohio State, they actually do have 2 members in the B site.
And you can already see that UDEM is just kind of playing a pretty passive setup where they're just trying to get information and any kind of picks and hoping that Ohio might push out. But not typically the setup on CT unless they are doing a full save, but they do have full guns on the board except for 1 member, which is Shooter. And you can already see that there are a few members outside getting ready for an outside execute. So it does look like they actually might try to do a fake and potentially go inside as the bomb is down out by the T-Con. A lot of room for them to do any kind of strategy. They only do have 33 seconds, and Shooter takes them out with a 5-7. Minecraft going to be returning with an M4.
Getting that kill onto G4C, but it's all down to NBC Dust. Left 1v4. All the trades just went in the way of Ohio State here as Wheat picking up that 2K. And NBC Dust, he needs to find a closer. He wants a chance in this round. With only 12 seconds left, though, he's going to find a nice headshot onto Crisis. And with 8 seconds left, he's going to get wrapped soon. He might be able to get the bomb down here, surprisingly.
Fantastic. That's a really good strat. I mean, like, the only situation he could have done is chased for the offer, which was wet. He could have chased him to take him out. But, I mean, he did get the bomb down, which is great for money bonus. He didn't really have a lot of options considering I think you said he only had 8 seconds left. So, pretty tough situation, especially when you're out the outside. There's so many angles that you can get picked from. So, really good job on getting the bomb down. It just helps their economy for building this round to potentially buy or just do a light pistol.
Yeah, and I just want to bring this back again, like them hunting for those guns in the previous round. Look, if they had saved those guns, if they hadn't hunted, they'd be able to buy here. As you see, most of these players, they have 3.9, 2.5. They would have been able to buy here if they didn't hunt for those guns. But in either case, it's just gonna be pistols. Sage and Epsilon with their deagles, HHQZ with some utility as well. So it may suggest some kind of B attack later in the round.
And do you like how UDEM is kind of doing what I recommended before, or mentioning about T-side on eco rounds, where they are playing quite close? But you can see that it is a little problematic as the bomb does actually get taken down, and now Sage is going to be able to pick it back up, but they are going to have to regroup and try to figure out something here because the inner bomb site is not working out so far, but maybe they'll be able to take it as a unit.
Yeah, they did retrieve that AK though, so if they can try to work picks with this AK, and they might be able to crack an opening in one of these bomb sites, as they're currently both playing a 2-2 setup, 2 towards the A side and 2 towards the B side. The op is towards B though, so he's actually gonna be running away here. So, and that's just unfortunate timing as the rest of Montreal, they're gonna make their way onto the site. Sage actually finds a beat. Noah's gonna find Slobo, and now it's a 3v2 situation. Oh, Noah.
Noah just punishing UDEM for even trying to get into that bomb site.
Yeah, he's going to get a beautiful 3K that round. And overall, really good save round from Montreal there, especially since they only invested a couple pistols. And with this, they're going to be able to comfortably buy here, as HHQZ did have money for an op and decided not to go for it. So maybe suggesting here that Montreal is going to go for a 5 rifle setup. But Epsilon, it looks like he's thinking about it. There it is, he's going with the glass cannon.
Gotta love the glass cannon. And sometimes it's not a bad situation to be in too, especially when you're on the map like Train. You can get away with, you know, up battles are definitely the way to go in this map because there's so many long range encounters. But hopefully Epsilon's going to be able to take out at least 2 with that op and make that worth the investment for these guys, as they're already down 4-1 in our 6th round.
Yeah, currently right now UDM they want to work towards the Ivy area, but unfortunately there's actually 2 players towards Ivy, and Wheat is gonna get naded up a little bit. That was a beautiful nade by Sobel. He's actually gonna Molotov the right side here, and Sobel, he is just gonna make that out alive though, as it looks like NBC Dust is gonna be relocating towards the T middle area. He's gonna be peeking it a little bit, seeing what he can find, and he's gonna spot the op towards the Hell area. But the rest of University of Montreal looks like they're mostly just going to be doing a default, but it does suggest to me that they're probably going to go towards B, especially after that Ivy kill just now.
Yeah, that was a really nice pick from Wheat. I just realized I called him Wet earlier, but anyways, doesn't matter. But it was a really nice shot from Wheat, and you can see he played a really good angle and was able to get that alley pick on the Sobel there. And now they've actually been up in numbers going into the 6th round, and we're going to need Epsilon to get some pressure here with that AWP, and he still is playing back. Nades are flying in. A lot of pressure going to be riding into Minecraft again as he's there. Shooter taking out 2, and then Sage taking out 1 with the AK. We going to be returning with that off. Now it's all down to Sage, and he is on a 1v4. Is he going to go for it? It doesn't look like he is. He is going to fall back, but little does he know there is an enemy right around the corner, and he's going to get taken out by Crisis.
Yeah, beautiful shutdown, and great round from G4C Shooter there behind the spools. Got the 2K, and then just his other members stayed alive in the bomb site long enough for his teammates to start rotating in. So overall, really good B defense by Ohio State here. In Montreal, they need to find a different approach to these rounds. It seems like they kind of just default and then just go towards B. But Ohio State, they've pretty much had 2 B the entire half so far.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, it has been a little slow, I think, from the UDM side, but, you know, as we're going into this round, it looks like they are just taking outside quite quickly, and then we can already see Ohio is just taking them out 1 by 1, and now it's all of a sudden down to 2 on 5. Round's already over, so that's all she wrote, Mahone.
Yeah, 6-1. Overall, just an eco round from Montreal, but this is where the next gun round is, and like we had mentioned just earlier, they need to change it up. Sage is having the op this round, and he is known to be a pretty good opper on the Montreal side, so I would like to see what he's going to do here. As he did have an okay spawn, not necessarily the best, but it looks like he's going to be going for potentially a Z pick. And he's going to be peeking towards the salt sign area. He's actually going to get the kill, and he's going to be peeking towards the Z area, and this is going to prompt Montreal to explode towards the outside site, and no one's going to find one NBC Dust. He's going to get taken down by Sage though, so now a 4v3 situation in favor of Montreal.
Sage is being able to open this round so much for UDM as he's able to get the first 2 off points. And now it's already on a 2-on-2 situation.
Oh,
now it's all down to Sage.
Oh my god.
Is just able to take him out and just completely demolish him. And that round was actually looking really good as Sage was able to open up with that op, but it looked like it just kind of crumbled on all the other members weren't able to, you know, land any connecting shots, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest things about trying to explode the outer site on Train. There are so many different angles you have to clear, and generally when you're going onto the outer site, you want to have utility, you want to have Molotovs and smokes to kind of cut off angles and isolate players, but because those kills came so quickly, you weren't quite able to set all of those up in the most ideal location. In Minecraft here, he's going to be a lot of pressure. He's actually going to get taken down by NBC Dust, and there should be another B bomb site plant.
And this is the best case scenario, especially with all these deagles, and they do have 1 M4. The bomb is going to go down, and Weed and Noah are just taking them out, and now Dust does return finally. It is a 2-on-3 situation. A lot of pressure is going to be riding on Dust with that M4. And then Sobel, it actually takes him with a Tech 9. And now Dust is going to get Molotov to burn away here. Summit 2, or 1G, sorry. And just makes it by the skin of his teeth, running up the lower. And now it's just going to be Noah versus Dust. And Dust is running all the way to upper, getting the better angle. But Noah already knows what he's doing. And Dust peeks a little wide, but Noah able to take him out. Yeah, just enough time to get that diffuse too.
Yeah, Noah didn't even have to use his smoke there for the lower B diffuse. So interesting, as if he had smoked it, maybe he wouldn't have faked it. Maybe he would have just stuck it. But it's gonna be 8-1 now as Montreal, they're just struggling to find these rounds. They have gone quite a few bomb plants though. They've had 4 bomb plants this half so far.
Yeah, I think they're doing a really good job getting the inner bomb site. Their post plant situation just seems to be struggling just a little bit. Hopefully they'll be able to maybe do a timeout here and kind of reevaluate. But Wheat's actually going to be taking out Epsilon. And now there's just going to be 4 AKs on that board, and Crisis. It does look like Crisis actually is pushing his way through Alley. And then we actually have Sobel right now. He is on the ladder and making a little bit of commotion right now. Gonna get hit with a nade actually for quite a bit of damage. These guys are regrouping their way in the the brown hall right now. Probably just trying to evaluate if they want to go inner or just to the outside.
Yeah, you did bring up a really good point that they have been able to get into the B bomb site and plant, but they just haven't had the best post plant situations. And right now, it looks like Montreal, they're going to be taking the ladder area. Sage is actually almost going to get caught off guard by Noah as he does about 50 damage to him. Still just a 5v4 situation though, and Sage, it looks like he wants to go back towards the T-Con area. And Montreal, they did go down ladder, but they went back up, and now they're going back down. As
it's an interesting way they got down it too. They didn't even take it together really.
Sobel actually is going to take down Noah, so that's a 4v4 situation. Another 2 kills come from Ohio State's way, and G4C should chime in as well. All down to Sage. Left in a 1v2 situation. He gets the kill onto Wheat now. So now it's a 1v2. And with 30 seconds left, this is possible.
This is extremely winnable right now. Sage is about to encounter him and then actually does get taken. Fantastic shots again once from Sage. He does look like he is starting to turn that up. And hopefully we'll be able to see some of his teammates kind of help him out and respond as well. He is able to kind of open things up for these guys, but they're just not capitalizing on the site, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'd like to see Montreal put a bit more pressure on the Ivy side like they did earlier in the half. It kind of seems like they've just given up the fight over there, but I really do think they should aggress it and try to get that Ivy control, as it'll definitely open up a lot of options for you on the terrorist side. And it looks like here, Wheat is actually going to be going aggressive towards the ladder area, so he's going to get a little bit of information here. NBC Dust is already in the brown hall. So overall, it looks like it's going to be a very similar round to most of the other rounds, as Noah is actually going to find a kill somewhere.
That was actually through the Z Hall. He was able to land a kill right onto the T-Con. That was you made a really good point. I think the UDEM guys should be taking advantage of taking outside a little bit more. It seems like they've been putting all their effort into the inner bomb site, and it hasn't been completely panning out for them. They do get the bomb down, but their post plants have been a bit questionable. So hopefully we can see the next gun round. We're going to be seeing a different strategy coming in from UDEM.
Sage is quick with his op, but unfortunately, it seems like Sage is almost the only person here who's really shown up and gotten some really good kills, but everybody else in Montreal, they need to step it up here as they're down 10-1. And Ohio State, they're just running away with this. Look at their money is actually still pretty good right now.
And I think this is a good point too. Like, I mean, we were just kind of talking about it before this game, is that you see teams that actually practice and then how the CT side really you can just do a basic setup. And right now, from what we've seen from Ohio, is they're just playing the standard setups, but UDEM's had a bit of struggle taking out any of the bomb sites. And they are kind of pinched, but now it does look like they're going outside. And then Noah is going to take out one, and then Noah is going to get taken out, and then Noah actually takes out an AUG, sorry. And then taking out another, so he just gets the AUG kills. That was it was Wheat that got taken out.
Yeah, the AUG from Noah here. I don't know if you watched iBuy Power Masters this past weekend, but the AUG has definitely become a popular weapon even amongst the pros now.
I thought they had a mod on where you can only buy Kriegs and AUGs. I don't think I ever saw like any M4 kills. It was pretty nuts, man. It was like Call of Duty. But it's very interesting to see, but we do see one AUG going to be in the hands of Noah, but we just do have a couple Gleos and AKs falling on the hands of Epsilon and Sage on the inside here.
So we actually got aggressive T-Con. He found the first gun to Sobel, but Sage going to trade that out, as he's just going to fall away with 4v4 situation here. Epsilon actually could have creeped through that smoke towards upper, but he decides against it. As the rest of Montreal here, it looks like they want to take ladder room once again. They throw in the flashes and they drop down. And interesting that they don't do the head stack to drop in, but Noah is going to have this AUG. He's going to be met by NBC Dust here. He's going to be under a bit of pressure. Crisis is going to get flashed up here. As Noah holding behind the bomb site. He's going to find one onto Epsilon. He might be able to find a second. Make it too far, but NBC Dust is going to trade back. And G4C going to clean it up, so that's going to be 12-1 now.
Yeah, it looks like Ohio, sorry, is just completely running away with this so far. I mean, if UDEM wants any kind of chance, they have to get these last 2 rounds on this half and try to make this a more winnable situation. When you're down 12-1, I mean, the lowest you should have is 12-3, obviously, but anything more on T side is really good. But I really would like to see these guys take aggressive outside, like you mentioned a few rounds ago. But we do have our gun rounds, so these guys are going in. So let's see if they're going to be utilizing the outside or if they're just going to be going back to their bread and butter of the inner split.
And look at this. Ohio State have actually pushed Ivy already, so they're going to get all this information. And G4C Shooter is going to spot one player towards the inner site here. As with all this information, they should really just be collapsing on the B site at this point. Oh, quick shot from G4C Shooter there. He's going to find another as well. And he's definitely one of the fastest offers I've seen in the CSL, as HHQZ and Sage are left alone. Sage is going to take down 2 players in the outside area though, so this is going to bring it to a 2v3 situation.
You can already see it. Oh, G4C has just been absolutely lighting it up with that AWP, and now it's all down to Sage. He's on the 1v3. Is in a bit of a good situation here where 2 members do have below 50 HP, but gonna get taken out by Minecraft and completely reads him on the ladder. And fantastic hold from Shooter. That was a really, really good hold with that AWP, just completely taking these guys out.
Yeah, in Montreal, they need to at least get this very last round, but so far in these rounds, they haven't really gotten any map control. They haven't really been able to take advantage of these trade kills either that they've gotten. And no op on this round either. It's just going to be 3 AKs, 2 Galillas, some utility.
Yeah, there really isn't much option for these guys with the Galils. And they do have a little bit of smokes too, so it would be nice to see if they did have any kind of outside execute where they could push it. But it does look like they are getting back into the brown hole and do have 2 members towards the alley trying to challenge Christ. But we're going to see if they're going to be able to. Crisis actually takes him out right through the smoke. And now it's just going to be sitting around waiting and seeing if they should push this or not. They do have 1 member. Sage is going to be pushing out from Olaf, going to be taking out Noah, and Wheat just going to be playing in the ladder room waiting for him. Sage just down to 4 HP.
Yeah, Sage has found it quite. It's not the first time that he's done this, where he's crept into the Olaf position and gone on top of blue train and gotten a few kills. As with 4 HP, he just needs to stay alive here for the rest of his teammates to make a move. NBC Dust is actually going to be moving towards the Ivy area, and he might be able to find a kill onto Crisis here, playing in the Hell area. As he's going to find it. So now it's going to be a 4v3 situation. Wheat going to get pushed from both sides as Epsilon's going to trade it back. So now a 3v2 situation. This is going to be very winnable for Montreal here.
Yeah, and Sage is on 4 HP. Does peek and takes out Shooter. And now it's going to be all down to Minecraft. Takes out 1 and then doesn't take out Epsilon. So UDEM is able to get their second round in that half. 13-2 going for Ohio State into that first half. And now we're going to be going into the second half where Ohio is going to be playing the T side. If UDEM does win this CT pistol, there is a good chance that they could potentially win a couple more rounds. Hopefully try to get closer to an even score. But a lot is going to be riding on these guys to win this pistol.
Yeah, the pistol is going to be very important for them as you mentioned. They can definitely build a lot of momentum. And sometimes that's all you really need sometimes. Just a pistol round win, and you can come back into it. I know there was a time before where me and you actually played against each other at a LAN, where it did come down to, train CT sides, as I think it was both of us, we ended up winning the half like 12-3 or something like that. So train can be a very momentum. If you can get the pistol round, it definitely shifts in your favor.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think Train and Nuke are kind of those maps where if you're able to get the first pistol round, like, it can really go your way, especially on the CT, where they're a little bit more favored for the defensive side. But you're right, we did actually play each other many moons ago, and I think we did 12-3 each other, and eventually went to overtime, and that's a whole greasy situation too. So, but hopefully we might be able to see UDEM pull something through here, and if they are able to win this pistol round, we could see a really good comeback, and this map really is in favor of momentum.
At the moment, though, it does look like Ohio State. They just look sharper as individual players now. So it's going to take a team effort from Montreal to be able to pull this back. And so far, it's kind of grim because Sage is the only one who's really been stepping up so far.
Yeah, when you see someone with a big kill death ratio like that compared to your other teammates, like it does kind of look like there is only one member just carrying, and the rest aren't kind of pulling their weight, so that gets quite tough. Whereas we compare on the Ohio State, it is a bit more distributed, but you can see Wheat actually does have 27 frags on the board. So he is doing a bit of carry, but the next closest one was 19. So still there is members pulling their weight, but Wheat's a little hungry and just throwing it around here.
Sure that's right, though? Are you sure that those didn't include warm-up kills?
Maybe. Because I was going to say, like, 27 seems a lot, but he actually did get a lot of kills.
Yeah, he did get a lot of kills, but 27, that's quite a bit. I'm not sure, but either way, we're going to be live here with the second pistol round. As like you said, Montreal, they need to win this round if they want to come back into this. As it looks like here, Noah and Minecraft are going to be throwing smokes towards the outer area. And this looks like it might be some sort of fake towards the inside, back to outside.
I really like the strat, and they completely were trying to fake them off. You can already see them isn't buying it, and they still have 3 members outside. Flash is going to be flying through. We do have Sage in the back of the outer bomb site. Has to land a kill here. Is going to get crucial damage, and there is trade frags already happening. Sage is playing between the smoke, and then he's going to get taken out, and now it's all down to Sobel, and he's just in the ladder room, gets the bomb down, but then just gets completely decimated by Wheat. So, you know, Mahone, I was talking about momentum, and I was talking about winning pistol, so this is looking a little grim here for the UDEM, but hopefully maybe we can see an eco round. I'm still believing in the Montreal boys.
Yeah, it's definitely possible as well, especially with this new economy change where they get a bit more money in the second round, but they're not going to be going for it. They want to go for the next round bye. On the side of Ohio State, they're going to have 2 MAC-10s. It looks like this might just be a D hit here, as Wheat is going to be fighting Epsilon towards the outside area. He's just going to be keeping these CTs outside. He's going to get the one tap on the HHQC. He's going to find the kill on the Epsilon now. Might be able to find the third onto Sage. He does. Might be able to find the fourth. He gets onto NBC Dust. But Noah going to steal away the ace from it. And, you know, maybe he does actually have 30 kills, seeing that kind of aim.
Oh my god. Wheat absolutely just destroying the outside opponents and just getting that 4K, and he was just gifted all those, and he did a really good job, and everybody just kind of peeked in. That was a fantastic shot on the Z too. He just got a nice 1-click on the member quick peeking.
And this is gonna be do or die for Montreal here. 5 M4s, some utility. They need to make something happen here, as they're gonna need to win 13 straight rounds in a row. And it looks like here HH is gonna be met by Noah. He's gonna find the first kill, so that's a good start for Montreal. Minecraft will find one as well, though. And it's going to be a 3v3 situation now. Now a 2v2.
And now it's all down to Solo. He does have that M4 in hand, does have light armor, and he is on a 1v2. And Minecraft does have 57 HP, so if he is able to get one here, this could look good, but that actually does get taken out. And 16-2 is going to be the score for Ohio, and they just completely run away with Train. And just kind of like we were talking about before, we can see like the team that came prepared and the team that looked like they weren't prepared. But it also, in hindsight, it doesn't help when you see one member such as Wheat just pulling his weight and just completely decimating the opponents and just running through everything he was going at.
Yeah, that was definitely... Yeah, it's kind of hard to deal with that, especially when you're on the T side and if you have players on the other team on the CT side just like completely fire it up where they're not missing anything. It can be so tough, as there's just so many factors or obstacles that you have to get through. And overall, just a really one-sided match on Train, which is, you know, I would have liked to have seen if Montreal actually got the start on the CT side, and to see if it would have been all that different. But with the way Ohio State was playing, I kind of see it also being one-sided. Maybe not a 13-2 half, but more like a 10-5 type of thing.
Yeah, and I think it makes it tough too. Like, I mean, there's been some noticeable games from even other professionals too, where, I mean, I'm thinking way back here where Nothing was able to take out Fnatic and completely decimating them on a Train and just completely carrying it. You know, when you get in those kind of situations where a member is just completely running through everybody, it's so hard to respond, right? I felt like they could have used a tactical timeout or just taken a bit of a breather, but they just felt good and wanted to go for it. So
yeah, as the next map will be what did you say it was? It was Cash, right? The next map will be Cash here. So, and I just wanted to kind of look at the stats here. This is the more official stats on the stat page. We did get 27 kills, 127 ADR, but G4C Shooter also went 20-9, but he had 130 .8 ADR, and G4C, he had a lot of really quick op shots.
Yeah, I think there was you can definitely see there was some crazy.
And I believe Laz completely cut out.
Oh, well, that's not good.
I hear your voice now, but for the last like couple seconds, I didn't.
Well, that's not fun. I was just saying, you know, you could see people like Wheat that was completely carrying on the Ohio side, but then, you know, Sage was playing a crucial role on the UDEM team, but it just wasn't enough, unfortunately.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to take it to a quick break here, as we will be back with the second map on Dcash, as Ohio State leading 1-0 after the first map. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Take me into the back room. It ain't a party, cause without you I'm out of control, but down for the chase. Get out of your body, into my veins. Fast forward to the street light, PDA until we're inside. Rain on your windshield, warm in your car. Give me emotion just as you are. Now you know why tonight I'll be better than you knew me. If you feel like we might fall into old ways, there's only to rectify what is wrong when it feels right. Now you know why tonight I'll be better than you.
So we're going to be jumping back right to the game here as we are live with the knife round. As Montreal, they are going to be down one map in this series as Ohio State. They won the first map train. Laz, what are your thoughts on this second map here?
I think this should be a little bit more favorable, I think, for UDEM because this map is played so much. I think it can be, it's kind of like the new Dust 2 in my opinion. Like Mirage and Cache are kind of those like huggy maps now where you can get away with a lot more. So I think it should go a little bit better for UDEM, and hopefully they're able to kind of pull this through into the third. But just looking at the way that Ohio played, I mean, they have a tall task ahead of them to kind of slow down the aggression here from these guys because they were playing phenomenal last game.
Yeah, they were definitely really good on train. As G4C Shooter and Wheat, they definitely brought their A game. It's gonna be up to Montreal. Somebody needs to step up other than just Sage if they want any chance of coming back to the game. Overall in Cache though, I think we've discussed this before, but is there really even a side preference at this point? Or if there is it the T side now?
You know, honestly, I think there isn't on this map. I think, in my opinion, I think it's pretty close, but I think it really just comes down to what you're comfortable with. But if I was going to put it, no, I think it's quite 50-50. I think CT is always a little more tough on certain maps just because they're you know, aggression can always be hard. But I would say it's quite even in my opinion, like probably 50-50.
Yeah. Definitely in a pug environment, I think it's much more T-sided, but when it comes to two teams, I think it is definitely close to the 50-50. And right here, Ohio State is going to be starting on the terrorist side. Minecraft Lover has two flashes and a smoke. Montreal, just a smoke and a kit on NBC Dust. Everybody else just going to have armor. And it does look like it's going to be a door pop.
This is always kind of a tricky strat because the door pop can be really, it can be a huge play or it can just go terribly wrong. So if UDEM is ready for it and you have some members kind of watching that door, which can be a bit too much. But as we talk about it, Epsilon is going to be taking out 2 right away. And now things are looking good for UDEM. Bomb is going to go down for Ohio. And now Sage is just pushing up and then Crisis be returning. And then taking out another, and Epsilon going for his third. And then HHQZ is going to be getting that last one. And things finally go in the way of UDEM, taking that first pistol round.
Yeah, they executed that a little bit sloppily as they didn't actually get the smoke out for the cross yet. And Epsilon was just able to get an easy 2 kills. As you said, it just went horribly wrong for Ohio State. But the power of that strat is that you will almost always get the bomb down if the CTs are playing an A-side retake setup.
Yeah, and no, you made a really good point. I mean, the best case, again, like especially on pistol rounds, is if you lose it and you get the bomb down, you still get that money bonus. And especially with the new money meta as well, it's a little bit easier for you to get that AK round on the 3rd round, whereas before it used to be the 4th, I believe.
Yeah.
So now it's a little bit easier, but you can see they degold and pistoled up, so they're feeling pretty good, and they're feeling a little confident that they're going to get some 1-deeks coming into the B bomb site here.
Yeah, Minecraft Lover and Noah are going to be leading the charge here for the B bomb site. Sobel and HHQZ need to hold on. HHQZ going to find the first one. Sobel going to find the next. G4C Shooter going to get a nice 1v onto Sobel. And now it's just going to be a 1v4 situation. If you can find some more damage, this will be good. He gets another one to Epsilon as he's going to be picking up that MP5 as he wants to go for more. He has a feeling that Dust is towards the middle area. At this point, he should have heard that player drop the vent as well.
Yeah, and he's in it, and he's in a good spot. There is a lot of time. Like you can see, there is only 58 seconds, and he does have a bit of room to work with here. And he does have an MP5 in hand, so he's feeling a little confident. But then Sage is just going to say, nope, not right now. And the second round's going to Montreal.
Yeah, and with that bomb plant in the first round, Ohio State should be buying here. Should be 5 AKs, and Noah actually has the potential to op glass cannon if he wants to. It looks like he's thinking about it. But no, he's just going to go for the AK, full utility. And it's going to be a big round for Montreal here as both these teams, their money hasn't really stabilized all that much yet. Montreal still has a bit of money built up, but not anywhere that's safe for a second buy.
Yeah, and it's they already have full AKs, but they do have quite a bit of utility too. So this should be interesting to see if they are going to be taking aggressive mid, and it does look like they. And Epsilon actually does land that first bomb pick, but they're going to get caught with his pants out, and we can be taking them out. And now it's down to 4-on-4. and the op is going to go into the hands of Wheat. And things are going to be slowing down a little bit here from Ohio as they have full mid control, putting a lot of pressure on UDEM to kind of rethink their strategy on the defensive side.
Look at Sobo though. He has already pushed up to useless. There's no way to expect this, but he's not going to hit the shot as Minecraft Lover. Going to take him down. And HHQZ is going to be trying to get his way into the B site here. The Molotov is coming in. He's going to find one kill through the smoke. Is that a second kill as well? As it's now a 2v2 situation. As NBC Dust and Sage need to retake this bomb site.
So if I was Crisis, I mean, the best thing is the bomb was planted for B main. It would have been a really good opportunity for him to try to cross, but I don't think there was a smoke on CT, so it could have been a bit risky play. But it does look like they are going to anchor the bomb site. Shooter's going to be playing that headshot, does land the first one, and then actually takes out Sage. Beautiful spray, being able to get that first round on the board for Ohio.
Yeah, Montreal here, they do have money to buy an op around it and have everybody else just pistol, but it looks like they're going to play it safe. They're just going to drop a few pistols, get their money more evened out across the team. On the side of Ohio State, though, going to be 2 MAC-10s, as they're going to be looking to farm some cash.
And you can already see these guys are just playing a little bit slow here. They have one member going towards the door, and then they have one member towards B, and then just 3 middle. So they are kind of doing a bit of a spread out strat, seeing if they are able to get a pick. Just kind of waiting for a pistol push. And then you already see Wheats being able to take out 3, just mowing them. And now it's a 5-on-2 situation. You're going to have to see UDEM land some kind of a good shot here as the A bomb site is going to get taken over. And you can already see Sobel is running through the smoke. He's just throwing no mercy. Does land. Gets taken out. Wheat is living on 3 HP with a 4K that round.
Yeah, if he was able to get him down, that would have been at least an extra AK that they would have to buy. Right here, Montreal's money isn't so good here, as HHQZ is actually going to buy an MP9. The rest of them are going to be saving here. P250 on one. Solo going to buy up a CZ, but overall just going to be another save from Montreal, as they may want to go to a double op setup, which is very, very viable on CT side cash.
Yeah, you made a really good point. Double up on CT is really good. And now Shooter actually is going to get caught with his pants down, and HHQZ is going to be returning with an MP9. And it does look like the CTs have fully pushed the B bomb site. Bomb is actually going to be down in the middle. And there is going to be some kind of a contact, and Crisis is going to land one. And actually takes out another. And then Noah going to be just spraying him down with that MAC-10.
Yeah, overall, a pretty easy round for Ohio State there, as G4C Shooter did get pushed, but overall, looks like NBC Dust here. He's going to be buying an op, and the question is, does Epsilon also buy an op? I think he's thinking about it here, and there it is, the double op setup, like I mentioned before. As the only danger here is that Noah still has that MAC-10, so if they end up rushing these ops that don't have head armor, it could be disastrous for them.
Yeah, and you made another really good point with the glass ops. It can be a little scary, especially when you have MAC. You have full speed and you have a lot of spray happen.
G4C, he's just gonna entry B. What a man! As Epsilon, he might actually get pushed here, as he's actually getting 2 people coming from Z area. He's gonna miss the first shot, and he's gonna burn in the Molotov. As you hate to see it.
That was an insane round. Like, Shooter literally just ran in and just didn't care, and he just took out both of them. That was nuts.
Yeah.
And that's something we talked about too, is when you see full momentum, like, these guys are honestly showing no mercy. Like, they're just going in, whether it's just a pop flash or just completely dry, and just out aiming the other team. So you can see that Ohio really does have some good fraggers and heavy hitters on the team, and they're just going right for it.
Yeah, they're definitely playing very confident as well, as they're not afraid at all. Sage and NBC Dust here, they're going to be working towards the B main area, the A main area rather, and looks like there's gonna be smokes coming out of Ohio State. They're gonna take this A side fast. He's gonna get taken down by NBC Dust. He's gonna get traded by Noah right away though, and Sage gonna be creeping this smoke at the forklift area. He might be able to find something if he can find the right timing. He's gonna take down Noah, so that's gonna be a 3v3 situation. He's gonna be able to pick up that weapon as well if he can. As not able to pick it up just yet. He's gonna toss a grenade. He knows that Minecraft Lover is in the A main area. Now it's a 2v2, so we're gonna take down another one. So it's all down to G4C Shooter. Left one 1v2. He's gonna be able to kill this diffuser. HHPC on top of the catwalk, gonna get taken down as well. And just G4C Shooter just on fire this series.
I guess he must have thought that he was in the other site, because I know he was Shooter was playing in the smoke there, and he completely threw him off guard. But I was really surprised that he completely stuck the bomb and then just kind of faked defuse just to see. But I guess his teammate was on the catwalk. But really nice play in manipulating that smoke from Shooter and was able to win that 2v1 quite easily.
Yeah, and he played that behind that smoke just perfectly as well. Regardless, there's gonna be another buy here from Montreal. As they do have an auto sniper on the board, and HHQ's gonna take down 2 with that.
And he's actually gonna get caught when he's trying to fall down, and he is lit. He actually takes out another one and getting his first negative. Oh, making it a 3K, and then Dust taking out 1. Crisis is able to respond, and now it's a one-on-one situation with Crisis and Sage. And this is UDEM's one of UDEM's best players, and also Crisis is playing quite well this map as well. So we are in for a 1v1 here.
Yeah, Crisis does have full utility here, but Sage has the element of surprise. Crisis has no idea where he's coming from just yet. As Sage is going to be walking in. Crisis on the other side from the triple area, and Sage, oh, but Crisis reads it perfectly. Takes him down the headshot angle, and it's going to be 6-2 for Ohio State now.
That's an interesting play too. Like, you could see Sage had his op out the entire time, and I don't know about you, Danny, but I don't think I'd feel confident enough to land a no scope like that, and I would probably have my pistol out. But
yeah,
nonetheless, it was a really good strategy just to play that quite slow and try to fake out Crisis. But he was well aware and had a really good position and had multiple angles he could have worked with.
Right here, it's gonna be a save from Montreal. Oh, Epsilon gonna take down Minecraft on the running through the smoke. He's gonna get traded though. And Sage, he might be able to find another kill as well, just running straight through the smoke. As he's not going to be able to have time to fall back here, as Wheat's going to take him down. That's going to make it a 3v4 situation. NBC Dust, he might be able to surprise Crisis here.
Gets that CZ spray and then gets traded immediately by Wheat. And it is all down to HHQZ and only has a P250 taser and an HE in hand. So I'd actually never see Tase kill, but I don't think that's looking quite possible in the middle. And there is a lot of action already happening, and it does look like Ohio is going to group up and try to push him here through middle.
Yeah, HHQZ is going to try to time this grenade, as that would be pretty unexpected if you're thinking from the T side. He's just going to try to get a taser kill. As he's able to get it, but not close enough as Wheat is too aware. And that's actually the ace that round for him. I didn't even notice that.
You know, at this point, I'm just assuming Wheat is just gonna get more than 3 kills every round. But you know, that was a really nice ace from, and he's just running around, and he's only 12-5 this match. But you know, you can already see like he's still playing really good with, especially with that KD ratio right now.
Yeah, double op setup coming out once again for Montreal. Or actually triple op, excuse me. As it's likely going to be 1 op at middle, 1 op at A, 1 op at B. Epsilon going to find the open kill for G4C Shooter, so off to a really good start so far.
And you can already see Dust is actually picking one off as well. Sage is going to be up on that highway position on the box barrel. Does miss the shot, trying to get away from the smoke. He's going to get taken out, and then you can already see there's another shot being landed by Dust here in the site. And it is all down to Noah. This situation does spray frantically into the CT spawn, and then gets taken out by Sobel. So making that 3-7 now as we're going into our 11th round.
Yeah, perhaps that is the solution. You just get more and more ops. But unfortunately, they only were able to retrieve 2 of those ops from the previous round, so no triple op setup this round. And on the side of Ohio State, they're actually going to pick up 2 ops as well. So they actually want to duel them and send them a statement, as Wheat and Shooter are going to be picking that up. G4C Shooter are going to be peeking towards the middle area. Not able to find the timing here. He's going to get naded up, but he's just going to fall back towards B now.
I really like that setup that Wheat was trying to get in the middle there and trying to get a quick pick and just seeing, but he was able to get a smoke on him and a nade. We could already see Trade Fragments are kind of flying through as HHQC does take out Minecraft, where Minecraft was able to take out Sobel. Now we're on a 4v4 situation, and it does look like Ohio is putting quite a bit of pressure into B. And you already see they are running in, trying to spam the wall. Wheat going to be taking out Dust, and now it is just going to be up to Epsilon and HHQZ. And Epsilon is just playing in the lower CT position here. Has a good spot, and there is a crack through the smoke. So he's going to make his way through the smoke, and he is going to try to catch the player inside off guard. Takes him out with a deagle, and then can't jump on the ledge of the headshot angle. And now it's going to be down to Noah, and then Shooter just with 1 HP.
G4C does have an op at least, though, so it isn't going to quite matter as much. jam through checker here. Oh, he's going to do a little bit of damage to Noah, but G4C shooter, he's actually going to be moving all the way back to A here, and this could actually be the play.
This could be a really good position because both members of UDEM are actually committed. We can see HHQZ is making his way. It does look like on that mini map he is going to be making his way into the A site, but he doesn't make it in time as Shooter does get that bomb planted. And now Noah is in a really good spot as well as he's still waiting in the B site. He is going to take him out, and now it's going to be all down to HHQZ where he knows there's only one member in the site. Just misses Shooter, and now he is going to be spraying. And now he could defuse this right now, and you can already see Noah is running up the truck. Not enough time. HHQZ is going to be able to finally get that defused. And then actually takes him out with a nice little flick as well.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy from Ohio State. I was a little bit surprised that Noah didn't use his utility to smoke off lower CT to keep that second player at B. But either way, a really good round from HHQZ. It's going to be their 4th round now, as this is going to be a pretty important round for Montreal here, as they need to avoid the reset.
Yeah, and this is kind of a do or die here, because if if they lose a round, the money reset is going to be huge, and that is the worst feeling in the world, especially when games can be getting pretty close here.
Ohio State's going to be grouped up at B here. Minecraft Lover going to be tossing a Molotov for the headshot area. HHQZ is going to be forced out of this. He's going to smoke himself up, but he doesn't have the information. Action Sobel trying to play the snacks position. Not able to find anything. Christ is going to find another one as well, so it's going to be a 3v5 situation as Epsilon trying to find something through the smoke, but NBC Dust is actually going to find a kill at middle, so this retake is doable, but it's going to be tough with that kind of utility.
Yeah, and I think in this situation, the best thing for UDEM is just to save these rifles, especially with the way that their money is. They need to fall off, and they've completely lost that B site. And it does look like they are making their way towards the A site just to save everything. Trying to fake them out with just pretending that they're actually going to hit the site, which is good for Ohio not to hunt. So really good take from Ohio. They did a quick couple mollies to throw off some of the members, and then also did a really good execute onto the player on headshot.
Yeah, Montreal is going to avoid this reset a little bit here, as they're going to be able to save these weapons, as they should be able to force out another round here, as long as they maintain all of them, and as long as Wheat doesn't kill Sage here, and Epsilon's going to find one towards the T spawn area. 8-4 now, as Montreal, they still have quite the mountain to come back from.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit closer and closer, but I mean, Ohio is still up ahead by 4 rounds, and these rounds have been getting a lot closer than we saw on Train as well, where there was quite a big difference in the members a lot, but it is a little bit closer. And Epsilon actually does pick off Shooter right in the middle, and little does he know there is another member just sitting on the boost. Wheat is pushing his way up into the boost, and then Dust actually takes him on as well. So UDEM is responding quite well, as it is a 5-on-3 situation. Still got a minute and 8 on the clock, and Dust is actually going to be taking out Noah as well, and it's already looking a little grim here for Ohio, as they're on a 2v5, and Dust is going to be just spraying him down in middle as well, all down to Crisis with just an AK in hand.
Yeah, AK full utility though. He should be continuing to get as many of these Montreal players down here. He does find Dust, and he might be met by another player peeking the Z area as HHQZ. He really wants to find this. He's going to get taken down by Sage though. An overall really good round for Montreal. 4 alive. They're going to be able to keep those 2 ops as well. As on the side of Ohio State though, they still have so much money, so they're still going to be able to buy here.
Yeah, and that was a really good hold. You could see that Minecraft was able to spray down a few members in the middle, and there's just a lot of mid contact, and Epsilon was able to land that first frag on the with the AWP as well, kind of just slowing things down a little bit for Ohio. So right now, it is a lot of pressure for UDEM to get these last few rounds as we're going into our round 14. If they can make this 8-7, this could look actually really good for them, especially on the T side.
Yeah, if they're going to be heading into the T side with 7 rounds on the CT side, I think that's going to be a pretty solid half here. Ohio State, they're going to be working 2 towards door here, as Crisis and Wheat are going to be stationed there. G4C shooter out middle right now. He's going to be looking for a kill towards the sandbag area. He still has a Molotov in the smoke here, so he could cut off some angles. NBC Dust is going to be peeking towards middle with that flash though. He's not going to spot anything just yet, but Ohio State, they're getting ready for an A attack here. Sage going to be with a big 3K. He might be able to find a 4th and a 5th here. Missing that shot. Oh, he actually gets that shot. He's actually got the ace And beautiful round from Sage as the op-bet quad working out just wonderfully for him.
Yeah, that was a really good hole from Sage, and he was just able to just take them one by one. And Ohio playing that a little sloppy, but I mean, definitely needed for UDEM, and Sage just stepping it up exactly what he's doing last map and completely stepping it up right. So things are looking good, and there's only one round left in this half. And if we can see UDEM win this could be a really good chance for them to get a really good start into the second half.
NBC Justin Epsilon gonna be playing towards the middle area right now. Sage he's gonna be going behind the B main smoke, and he feels a little bit of pressure. He's just gonna fall away on the side of B here. G4C shooter and Minecraft lover, they're gonna be working towards the B main area, but there's actually 4 CTs in B right now.
And Epsilon is going to be landing that first frag with the AWP. You can see Shooter is running with the P250. Epsilon going to be taking him out as well. And now it does look like Dust is in the vent, just waiting. Bomb is actually going all the way around to the A site, and the A site is actually open, but there is one member, Sage, with the op now. He is creeping his way back in, and he does have a good position. Knows that nobody's up a highway yet. Does hear the close site. Does take out another, and now it's all down to Noah, and does take him out. Noah on a very high task, as he is going to get that bomb down, but he is on a 1v1. Going to be taking out one, but not taking out the other. And Sobel just completely sprays him down. 8-7 is the score in favor of Ohio, but that was a really good half we've seen this game, or both out of the series so far.
Yeah, really, really good stuff from Montreal here, as they've recovered quite well from that train loss, as able to put up 7 rounds on the CT side. That's not bad at all, especially against Ohio State here, as it's going to be big for them to see what they can do on the terrace side here. As if you look at the rounds here, Montreal, they did win the first 2 rounds, the pistol round and the second round, and then they kind of dropped off as Ohio State won basically, what is that, 7 rounds in a row, and then Ohio State came back with 2 rounds, Montreal, and then 3 rounds to finish off the half strong. And I don't know about you, Laz, but I think finishing off a half strong, if you string together the last 2 rounds, can build a lot of momentum for your team, even if the score is like 12-3.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I mean, you could already see that there was a lot of momentum actually going back for Montreal, and they were able to kind of pick around these rounds, or picking up the rounds, sorry. And I do agree with you. Like, even the score difference, whether it's 12-3, 8-7, doesn't matter. This game is all about momentum and mind state. So I really do think that, you know, UDEM is in a good spot where they were winning the last 3 or 4 rounds. So there's a really good opportunity for them to keep that momentum going and potentially lead in the second half.
Yeah, this round here looks like Ohio State, Wheat's actually going to be pushing up towards the B main area. He's going to get a lot of information here, but Sobel, he's going to be peeking useless with that bomb. And it's not quite clear what Montreal want to do here. It looks like Epsilon's going to be faking towards A, and they're going to be taking up towards the middle is what it looks like. The rotate is coming through, though. That's all going to be shifting towards the A side area, but Sobel is going to be taking out one towards the middle area. It's all going to be down to Wheat in the B site. He's going to be met by 4 terrorists here. Ooh, they actually clear him, but not quite getting the kill. Sobel's going to finally get it. So now it's a 4v3. Now a 3v3 as Noah gets that USP kill. Might be able to find a second here. He's trying to get that kill on the HHQZ. He's just going to get rushed down, though. And G4C coming from the flank. He gets the kill on the HHQZ. So now it's a 2v2. And this is a very weird pistol round, as there's some fights going on from A as well. And this player in the bomb site is going to get taken down, as it's all down to Epsilon in a 1v2 now.
Epsilon only living by 27 HP, and he does have it. It is not a too hard of a task, as Minecraft is with their team, but then he actually does take out Minecraft, because Shooter is able to just respawn right away. Good round from him with a 3K, and unfortunately UDEM wasn't able to capitalize on that momentum built, but still a really close round, and came right down to essentially a 2-on-1.
Yeah. It was a really good strat by Montreal. I really liked what they did there, actually. They faked A, and then they just exploded up middle as the Z rotate was shifting towards A. Overall, really good pistol round strat, but just not able to convert all of the kills. It's going to be 7-9 now in favor of Ohio State.
And things are already opening up, and Minecraft is actually able to take out Sage as well. You just see that it is a save round. Epsilon taking some serious damage, but Dust takes out one, and then Christ is going to be taking out another, and now it's going to be down to Sobel and HHQZ to see if they can get anything to happen. HKQZ is going to run through that door, get taken out. Sobel sprays frantically, but doesn't take out Shooter, and Shooter actually gets away with it. So now it's 10-7 as we're going into our 18th round.
Yeah, it looks like Montreal going to be buying up AKs here, though. 4 AKs, they're not going to have the money for an op. They have a decent amount of utility as well. 5 smokes, 2 Molotovs, and a bunch of flashbangs. On the side of Ohio State, though, 2 Famises, a SMG, 2 M4s, so I'm going to see what Montreal does here. As it looks like they are going to be throwing the boost smoke as that will cancel out the Molotov. It looks like it might be a fast middle here. Minecraft Lover and Crisis are going to be holding down the middle, and the sandbag Molotov is actually going to miss those. So that could prove to be costly here.
And Sage actually is going to be taking out Crisis, living by 4 HP. Sobel going to be taken out as well. A lot of trade frags happening across the board. Now we were down to a 3-on-3 with a minute and 22 left on that clock. Dust going to be taking out Noah as well, and it does look like the B bomb site is going to be rushed into. Dust going to be making his way up the headshot angle, trying to cross into sight, gets that bomb planted for safe, does actually fake plant it, is going to be playing in the site, just waiting for his teammate and just listening for any CTs. And Sage is trying to play in the vent right now. And he does actually take out Wheat, and now it's going to be all down to Shooter, and he's just playing in the heaven spot. Bomb isn't planted yet, and Sage has spotted him in the B main. See Shooter pushed up. Spray gonna get the box, and Dust actually takes him out, and that was a really close round.
Yeah, that was really nice try by G4C Shooter. He had the right idea there as he spotted the player towards B main, tried to just cross towards the site to isolate the 1v1, but unfortunately not able to get the kill. It's going to be 8-10 now as Montreal winning their first gun round on the terrorist side, and that's actually going to put Ohio State on a save here.
I don't think we've seen Ohio State in a save round, have we?
No, this might be the first.
Crazy?
This might be the
yeah,
first
I think
time.
it's the first time. This is going to be interesting, and I'm wondering if these guys are just going to play, and it does actually look like they are playing as a unit, and they are playing towards the highway, and they are just kind of waiting to stack a site and just playing close up with the pistols, which I think is a really good strategy. You can see that UDEM is making their way up to middle, and you can see, and you can already, oh no, you can already see the fire coming through. Highway is going to happen. Shooter going to be taking out one with a deagle. Sage falling down. This is looking a little grim as that's UDEM's best player. Now things are getting heated, and UDEM actually does respond, taking out 2.
He might be able to find a double. He gets it. It's all going to be down to Crisis left in this 1v4. With the 5.7 in hand, he might be able to find HHQZ. He gets it. And if you can retrieve one of these weapons and possibly save, it could be a worthwhile here. He's going to get taken down by Epsilon, and overall, that round did look a little bit scary for Montreal, especially when that first kill happened at the highway area. That flash not quite landing, but overall, Montreal gonna be able to convert that round. It's gonna be 9-10 now, almost a tie game.
I can't believe we're so close to a tie game. This is really great. And we were already kind of talking about it as UDEM is kind of working their way with a bit of momentum. And now we're going to be going into another gun round. So if UDEM is able to win this, they have the potential to finally lead in this series. Or, sorry, in this map. My apologies, in the series. So things are opening up, and nothing has happened except for a little bit of damage onto Minecraft. And he only does have an MP9, so it looks like he is playing up close, just trying to get any kind of close damage.
Oh, we finding a big 2K by the A main area. He's actually going to re-aggress as well, as he wants to go behind the smoke. He might be able to find another, but NBC Dust, he's going to spot that. This is going to make it a 4v3 situation here. UDEM they don't really have that much map control at this point, as it looks like they're going to be going for a boost up middle, but as you said, Minecraft Lover up close with this MP9, he might be able to convert 1 kill at least. And he gets it. He gets it.
He does.
Now with the 2v4 situation, as Sobel trying to find that trade kill, but Minecraft just doing such a good job just trying to stay alive here. He's actually going to re-aggress here. He wants to find this kill, but he's going to get taken down. And Noah, with this all, he's going to be scoped up. He knows Sobel's there, but HHQZ now going to be posted up with an op, and he's going to punish him for that. So that's going to be 2v2 now.
And Shooter is in a really good spot, and he is just playing right outside the useless room. Just misses them by the timing, and now you can see you already have Crisis just playing in the A site, and he is going to be throwing a smoke into the A main. We have a big flank coming in from Shooter, and it does look like it's going to be an interesting pinch here onto UDEM. UDEM is going to be rushing the site, and Crisis is able to take out one, and it's all down to HHQZ. He is looking around for any CTs, But little does he know there is one member quad and then the other just sitting on the corner of A main.
Yeah, he is not going to be able to find himself out of this one as he gets taken down by Crisis. And overall, really good round from Ohio State there. And that flank was big as G4C shooter. He was able to get the information that they were going to be going back towards A. And that smoke into A main with 30 seconds left, that was a crucial smoke as it delayed them from getting into the site. It's going to be 9-11 now as Ohio State leading by 2. And Montreal, they're going to be on a save.
That's a really interesting point for any new teams or new players or anything like that watching. Talking about utility management, that was a really good display from Ohio, just able to kind of save all the smokes right near the end of the round. That kind of a smoke, like Mahone made a comment of, is really influential, especially when there's a late take that's going to happen. It really does kind of detriment the T side pushing in. So unfortunately, it didn't go in the way of Ohio, but that was a really nice round there. And then Shooter actually takes out Sobel. It does look like Shooter's in a good spot. He's going to take out another. He's going to straight it. Now he's going to be going for the ace. Minecraft saying not right now. And nice play coming in from Shooter and Minecraft just locking it down.
Yeah, overall, really clean round from Ohio State as that's going to stabilize their economy a bit more as I don't believe there's anybody that died that round. On the side of Montreal here, they're going to be buying up. And the real question is, do they want to get an op here? NBC Dust does have money for one. But it looks like he's just going to go for the AK here. 9-12. Montreal, they definitely need to convert this round if they want to come back into this game.
This is a bit of a do or die as well. Like, UDEM is on a bit of a force, and if they lose this round, they could potentially saving for another 2 rounds if I'm not mistaken. So a lot is riding on them, and Epsilon is already taking some crucial damage, already down to 49 HP. And you can already see Sage is going to be playing on that boost box, and now Noah is just playing on Cat. Crisis taking out one, Noah going to get taken out. Sage going to be replying it as well as a Crisis. Oh, we just missing him right by a pixel. Now he's going to be falling right off. You already see a gun battle going to be happening in B main, and Dust is going to get the better of Shooter.
Yeah, that was a big kill at B main here, so that's going to force Wheat to move over towards the B side. He's actually going to cross towards the smoke here, and this is a deep smoke CT. He might be able to find at least one kill here. He's going to find the first one, as he's not going to be able to fall back, unfortunately, though. So it's all going to be down to Minecraft Lover. He's going to get taken down by Sage, and overall, really good round from Montreal there. Establishing some mid control, and then finding that B kill. And that's going to be their 10th round on the board here as Ohio State, they should be able to force out a bye here as they do have a player on 67. Noah does have 27 though. But it looks like Ohio State's going to be playing it a little bit safe here. They don't want to invest too much. They do have the lead still. And Montreal, they're in prime position here to get this 11th round.
And we already see Ohio back on their second eco round with the pistols and the deagles and the P250s. Going to be getting some mid control. Noah going to be taking out Sage with a beautiful P250 kill. And now UDEM is looking a little hesitant on what to do. And this,
oh my god!
And then Solo taking out his own teammate with an HE grenade.
This is all of a sudden very scary for Montreal at this point. As NBC Dust, he's going to be trying to clear out the middle here. Crisis is still on the right side of middle. I'm not sure if they're aware that he's here. As NBC Dust is going to be trying to, he's going to flash back in. He's going to get taken down by Crisis though. And he might be able to find another, but HHQZ here to trade it. As now it's a 2v3 situation. Unfortunately, the CTs haven't claimed any of those dropped weapons yet. G4C shooter is going to make his way back towards B. HHQZ and Sobel looks like they're going to be posturing towards B here with that bomb. And G4C shooter is going to be playing behind the plant box here, as this could get very interesting.
I love this spot that Shooter's playing in. This is a really interesting angle because most members don't check, and if they don't go under the heaven, they won't be looking. But they actually do Molotov it, and he actually is going to get caught. HHQZ is going to be entering that first entry frag into the B site, and now they're about to get that bomb down. Planning it safe, and we can already see that Minecraft is able to pick up the AK. Can he be making his way into the vent, and Sobel just playing in sight. And now Minecraft does have a tall task in hand with the only rifle on the CT side, and he needs to get the first entry here so that he can retake his with.
Oh, beautiful play by HHQZ. It's 4K on the round for him. So that's going to be Montreal's 11th round here, as it was a little bit scary at the start, but they did convert it. And now it's going to be a bye round from Ohio State. And I think this is going to be a big round. If Montreal wins this round, I feel like they're going to have all the momentum going forward. So they're definitely going to need to convert this round if they want to get back into the series with a second map win. Slowball here is going to be boosting people up as it might be a mid-take once again.
We can see that it is just a bit of a delay here in the middle, and Ohio is putting quite a bit of pressure onto these guys. Sage is going to be making his way, getting Molotov'd on the boost, so he is just playing behind the smoke. He's going to be waiting here just for a quick peek. Does spray, not able, and does get assistance from Epsilon and takes out Crisis. Now we're down to a 4-on-3 situation in favor of UDEM, and they are going to be making their way up middle, and they have full middle control, and it does look like Ohio is just going to be splitting the A with 2 members, and then there's just 1 anchor in the B.
Yeah, it's going to be all down to G4 T-Shooter to land some crucial kills with this op here. He's playing by the triple area. He's going to find the first one. He might be able to find the second one. He does. He gets onto Epsilon so quick, but he's going to get taken down by Sage here, and that's actually going to... Noah's actually going to find one as well, so it's going to be down to Sage, left on a 1v2 here with 53 seconds. He does have some options. He's actually going to be going for the straight plant here as Ohio State, they're going to be surrounding him here. Noah peeking from the heaven. He's going to get it. As Ohio State, they're going to find the 13th round, but Montreal, they did get a bomb plant here.
I think he would have been in a really good position if Sage actually tried to fake plant. He had quite a bit of time on that clock, and I think he got a little anxious just to get the bomb down. But when you're in a situation with a 2-on-1 like that, you do know that somebody is potentially going to be pushing you, especially on the headshot angle. Nonetheless, a really good effort coming in from Sage, and he almost was able to make that a little bit more of a winnable situation for him, and was able to get the bomb down. So we're probably going to just be seeing some pistols flying on the board here, as they are going to be saving for their next gun round as we go into the 25th.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a few pistols, some utility here. HHQZ with the smoke. Epsilon going to be with the smoke as well. Flashes. It looks like it's going to be an A-side hit here, as Wheat is going to be all alone here with the Psalm. He's going to get the first kill. Might be able to find the second as it's coming through Noah, but he's going to get overwhelmed by Sage. As Noah, he's going to kill Epsilon in Minecraft, and Crisis chime in as well. And no bomb plant for Montreal. So this is going to be the last round here for Montreal, basically, as their money is going to be enough for a bye, but is an op actually going to come out is the question.
You know, I think in my opinion, and you can be different on it, is I think it would be really interesting just to see UDEM go full rifle and just play a little bit more aggressive, just trying to get some kind of map rather than having the op. And it does look like they are going to go full AKs, so I'm wondering if they are going to be doing something a bit more aggressive this round, just to see if they can put a pressure on some Ohio.
Yeah, looks like Montreal, Sage is already down to 16 HP here for this mid-take, but it's just so difficult as Ohio State already set up here with a triple mid setup, and that just completely shuts it down. It's all down to Solo, left in a 1v4 now.
Does he know for the 1v4s, Mahomes? Do we know that?
He is not known for the 1v4s. I know some people that are, but he is not one of them. And it's going to be 15-11 now.
Yeah, it's a really interesting too, because we saw that UDEM had a lot of time on the clock, and they actually just went right for it, and I felt like they didn't have any control. Like, they had a smoke against them on the boost, and they also had a smoke against them in the mid connector, so I'm a little surprised they went for it, but I think they were trying to play the element of surprise, and unfortunately it did not go their way. And we are going into round 27, match point in favor of Ohio, and we can see a force buy coming in from UDEM. And now they are just going to be making their way into the B site, and things are already happening, and Shooter is going to be taking out Epsilon. And the bomb does look like it is making its way towards the A bomb site. Going to be leaving a lot of pressure onto Wheat with that AWP, playing on the quad position.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't really seem like Montreal was able to retrieve too many of those weapons. They're actually able to get that M4, as NBC Dust. He's actually going to be moving back towards the B side area, and I'd like to see him throw a fake here to draw the rotate back towards B, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to be throwing a smoke for the tree area, and he's actually just going to be running back though, so that's going to shift some of the forces back towards B. But at the same time, this A hit needs to come out of Wheat. He's going to be under a lot of pressure here. He doesn't land the first shot though. He's going to be flashing, and that's a really good flash, and he's going to get the first one onto Solo. He's going to find the second as well, and he's going to find it. It's all down to HHQZ now. Left on a 1v3. 46 seconds left. It's going to be really tough for him here.
Yeah, he's going to need to isolate these CTs on a 1v1 situation, and smokes are dissipating, so it is looking a little bit more problematic. Is going to be spraying down Wheat down to 43. He is making his way through the forklift, just waiting to see if Noah is going to be peeking on the highway. Takes the quick peek and then actually gets taken out, and we see it there. 16-11, I believe, was the score. And Ohio just making it look a little easy, a little bit closer in the first half, but it does look like they kind of ran away with it on that second half.
Yeah, it did get close though, as Montreal, they looked so promising on that CT side. And overall, that was a pretty good series. Disregarding the first map, obviously, as that was quite the blowout. But overall, on cash, Montreal did show some signs of life. But Ohio State, they were just too good. They had the individual skill. They had the setups to counter what Montreal was throwing at them on the T side. So overall, really good game by them.
Yeah, I was really impressed with Ohio. I thought that they, especially on train, they had complete control of the game. And then moving into cash, it was a little bit closer when they were playing on the T side, but nonetheless, it was a really good half from them. And especially on T side, if you're able to get more than 4 rounds, I feel like that's always a bit of a win, especially on an even map such as cash, where the sides are pretty balanced. But UDEM just not able to reply on the heavy aggression from Ohio, and I think there was just a difference in the fragging ability as well.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at the stats here, we actually had 50 kills this series, finishing with 102 ADR. So really, really good performance by him. Plus 23 in the entire series as well. G4C shooter, 43 kills, plus 19, 98 ADR. So yeah, basically a lot of the heavy hitters for Ohio State, they came out to play, and Montreal, a lot of their players just didn't really show up all that much. We only really saw some things from Sage. NBC does had a couple decent rounds, but overall they just weren't able to handle it.
Yeah, and you made a really good point on the stats too. Like Ohio, like you could already look at all the stats. It's just crazy. Like the well, I guess it's not really RWS in this, but you can already see like everybody was pretty much +9, and then Wheat actually solidifying the entire thing with 18.5, and he had a kill death ratio of 50-27. So he had a +23 with a 1.1 KPR. That's amazing, and especially in a BO3 series. And then G4C shooter was right behind him with +29, or sorry, +19, and you could just see there was just so many big hitters on Ohio compared to UDEM's team.
Yeah, overall it was a really good best of 3 to cast, as we got to see some train and some cash. But overall it looks like we are going to be finishing up for tonight, as that was another match from the Winter Invitational, the round of 32. I believe on Thursday will be another round of 32 match as well, so look out for that on Thursday. But other than that, Laz, do you have any final words?
No, I just want to thank everybody once again for tuning in. Please, follow both Danny and I on Twitter, and also the C-Star League as well, just because we do post the schedule and we try to, do announcements or anything fun like that. And feel free to tweet Danny and I anytime, and we always love talking back to the community. So
yeah, and yeah, just same thing here. Just thank you guys for watching, as all these matches have been pretty exciting, as the Winter Invitational matches do give a treat, as you get to see some of the top teams play against each other. And that's pretty much it from my side, and I think we're just going to close it up now. So thank you guys for watching once again, and we will see you guys on Thursday.